and mincing as they go, making a jingling with their feet. They got on some jewelry that's sparkling, that looks nice. They think they got it going on. This is what's happening here. That's 17.
Therefore Yahuah will strike with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Tsyun, and Yahuah will uncover their secret parts.
All right, so we got some stuff wrong here. Son, where you want to go first? You want to deal with, he will strike you with a scab on the crown of your head to the daughters of Tsyun, and will uncover their secret parts.
Okay.
We're supposed to go to...
You want to go to this first one?
Yeah, for the secret parts.
Okay.
I think we already have it up here.
Right there.
First of all, before I go there, I have to tell you a popular Hebrew Israelite teaching. Don't go there yet.
No.
Oh, you're just trying to see what that is?
Yeah, I'm just checking to make sure we're not missing something. Okay.
A very popular Hebrew Israelite teaching, they touched on this concerning the women. And what they taught, you remember that teaching? It was a lie. And this teaching goes like this. When you don't know any better, you believe what he said. Why? He's been teaching for years. He's the leader of this mega Hebrew Israelite group. And what he taught and how he taught it was like this. You see, the daughters of course he'll say Zion, but I'm going to say what we're supposed to say. The daughters of Tsyun, they had to deal with scabs in their heads. And they actually had some beautiful hair. And the Most High had to strike them with a curse. And what happened, see, their hair was so beautiful and long, it went all the way down and covered their back parts, their butts, their behinds. And so what the Most High did, he caused the scabs and caused their hair to become nappy, and it fall out, and now you can see their secret parts. Complete lie. Son, is the Torah, is the Aubrey saying that?
No.
Is it saying anything close to that?
No.
It's not even close. Nope, it's not close. So all these women, including myself, because this was years and years ago, including myself, believe he knew what he was talking about. And we believed it. Didn't you believe it? Yes. Then they said, that's why the women's hair kinky. And that's why the women's hair is hard to deal with. And this and that and that. We've been cursed. And our hair used to go all the way down and cover our butts so you can't see our secret parts. So there's so much wrong with that. And it's easy to prove. Let's prove it.
Did you want to pull up the Aubrey word?
You tell me, son. This is your department now. I know what it says, but we're in your department.
Sir? Just show them this word. I think if I heard correctly, it's only used right here. Okay. Right here.
Oh man, the KJV got it bad wrong. Oh, family, that's wicked. The KJV, hold on. Darn, should we even say that on the Shabbat? We can't teach it on the Shabbat. We can't say what the KJV is saying. Don't show it.
Okay, don't show it. Okay.
What
Well,
the
actually,
KJV say?
I have to show it because
No, we don't explain what we see. You
yeah,
can
I'm not gonna. Okay.
just don't explain what we see.
So this the Aubrey word right here. It starts off by saying on the blue layer from an
Unused root.
meaning to
Open, to open.
And you see the way they translate it: sockets, hinges,
and it did use it somewhere else as a hinge.
and secret parts.
Secret parts.
And meaning, I guess,
Dubious.
I'm pretty sure that word probably means unknown.
Yes.
And this is the case right here
Example.
when it's being used as hinge.
1 Kings 7:50.
Censers of pure gold and the hinges.
And it's used right there.
Of gold.
Had nothing to do with hair growing down, covering up a female's butt. Nothing.
Okay. Do how the ones who they how they
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hit the exit button.
I'm good.
Okay. You have to pull it up again if you do.
Because they translate it differently because they didn't see this as dealing with the lower parts.
No, not the lower parts, not the private parts, not the butts.
Where's that? Right here. Therefore, Yahuah brings sores on the crown of the head.
Of the head.
Of the woman of Tsyun.
Uh-huh.
And Yahuah will make their scalps
bald. That's what it's saying. Making this is completely different. Nothing about secret parts. Where that come from? Where the hair growing down past their butts? Where all that come from? Nothing, family. So what's going on? We believe, once again, we be believing lies. And we didn't dig into the stuff to find it. We didn't go into the corrections we didn't go into the Dead Sea Scrolls to find out things. That's what we're doing here. We're going in to make sense of what's being said and try to teach it as correct as possible. It is not talking about the women's hair growing down, covering their behind, their butts, or secret parts. Make their scalp bald. And if that ain't enough, there's another place, right?
Yes,
if that's not enough, you keep reading. What happens, son? You keep reading.
Let's go down to 24.
We're just going to skip to 24.
And just going to skip to the part where it says it. Because in English, we're reading it as secret parts, meaning they got nothing on. Everything's being shown.
Everything, that's correct.
But in verse 24, it says, instead of a robe, a wearing of sackcloth.
Sackcloth. They're wearing something. Their behind's already covered. They got something on. Okay. Huh? I mean, we didn't show that yet.
We haven't showed that yet. It is a time show, though.
Yeah, it is. All right, so
because we read right here,
strike them with scab.
Mm-hmm. Therefore, Yahuah will strike with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Tsyun.
Now that did not mean he didn't strike them. Where are we? I'm way down here.
Yes, sir.
It does not mean he didn't strike them with the scab in the head. That's what it's talking about. And yes, you will see this in the women. These are women that struck with baldness. They have to deal with baldness on the edges, all around, in the back, like the men, on the top of their head. She's combing her hair on the sides. The hair's just falling out. And for sure, Shair is your enemies too, women. Daughters of Tsyun. He just hate the black men worse. He hate the men of Yasharal worse. He gives you some favor, but believe me, he's giving you something to make your hair fall out. Yep, there you go. Them relaxers. He's giving something to you to make your hair fall out. We got to show the scab. This is nasty. This is kind of nasty, but they have to deal with scabs. Some scabs are worse than others. The scab simply means there has skin abrasion. And the scab is trying to heal. Look at this. Scabs. And this is painful. This is very painful. They get these scabs in many different ways. Some of the things they do to get the scabs. Men, we've had scabs. If you go to a barber and if they don't clean clippers between haircuts, you're going to get a scab. It starts out with a bump. The bump hurts. It will break open. It will be a nuisance. It will leak. You eating? You eat. It will leak. I ain't going to say what it'll leak. Somebody's eating. If you're eating, I'm sorry. But it will leak. And once it leaks, it opens up. It has to heal. It starts a healing process. Here comes the scab, the soreness. Many of the women dealt with this. Of course, men too.
And we still don't know exact meaning of the Arabic word that they translate as secret parts.
No, I mean,
but it's very clear that it mentions concerning an open, and whenever a scab forms or the pictures that we're showing, there's an opening in their head.
It's an opening in the head. That's correct. But as he said, the secret parts, we don't know where they're getting that from. Well, see, I can't read this. The way they wrote this in the KJV, we can't even tell you the day it's a Shabbat, but it's complete wickedness. When I looked at the KJV, I was like, you can take the words of the prophets, rearrange it, add to it, take away from it, and make it wicked. Make the Most High that's pure and Kadash wicked. That's what we see. Okay, what verse?
18.